Welcome to the future.
Who's this clown?
Not clown. Joker.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Nobody tampers with the equipment except Tony Stark.
Good idea.
United, the Avengers are strong.
Hawkeye, hands off.
Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power?
Not this time, Magneto.
My mutant brain senses danger.
Something unseen is slowly spreading its poison, edging tempers.
Think carefully before you do this.
You filthy criminals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You unlock this door with the...
We're live. Ching Gao, guys. Hopefully everything's working. Let me know, chat, if you can hear me. I'm running slow. I'm running. Oh, just he's resting. But man, I've been having some technical issues. My massive screen that sits in front of me was not. The DisplayPort connection was not working. So I wasn't able to see anything except for on this side, and I kind of wanted to have both on because that's kind of how my show is structured. So that was fun. And now I'm trying to make sure that my music is working, and it is. So, welcome. Oh, what a crazy, literally, I was over here just messing with freaking... It's been a weekend, guys. Family's sick. I'm getting sick. I've got like a cold, and last night was pretty bad. And I think I'm getting over it. Oh my god, that was. How's my audio? Is it good, or is it poop? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into, like, this is the most since starting this show. It has been insane. Anyway, I see levels on Yeti, so I think we're good. I'm not dropping any frames. I think we're good. I don't know what happened. I literally, like, this screen that's in front of me just was, it was like static. It was not working. So I don't know if it was, I needed to reset it or what, but I think everything's good now. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But anyway, let's get the show started. You know the show's sponsor. It's Collected Comics and Games. It's the OG LCS that started this whole thing. They got me, Nate, into it. Audio good till you touch the mic. Is it bad now, or is it still? Is it sound? Does it sound good now, or do I sound blown out? Let me know. I appreciate it, Joe. But yeah, OG comic book store, Collected Comics and Games. Ron and Brand have done such an amazing job of curating some cool stuff down there in the DFW area. If you're looking for new comics, back issues, trades, hardcovers, all of that stuff, action figures, trading cards, models, plushies, D&D, Warhammer, any of that stuff, go check out Collected Comics and Games. They're awesome. They also have a really awesome website called staycollected.com, where you can get all that cool stuff I talked about, even exclusive covers. They do some really cool stuff over there, so go check them out. Also, we're on the road to 1,250 subscribers. When we hit that sub goal, we're giving away some slabs. If you watch our new comic book day videos, you can see those slabs. I just have them boxed up right now because I just had a huge move, and I don't think I'm going to be pulling them out until we get into our new house, which, by the way, looks like it's happening. We are going to be in this apartment for a couple more months, but then we're moving into a house. So I will have all my action figures, all my comics, everything back up on the wall behind me, and it'll look really sick. So this is kind of a temporary setup for a little bit, but in a couple months, closer to August, we'll be doing another move, but only just across the area, not to another state. So that'll be interesting and fun. So be looking forward to that. All right, let's talk about this week's comics. So, this week's comics and I'll be going quickly, obviously, because Nate's not here, was amazing. I had so much fun this week. I wouldn't say I was dreading it. And the reason why I say that is because I had 14 books. Or 13. It was a lot of books. And I was like, man, I don't know. Like, I got so much to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to read them all. But I did. And I enjoyed every single one of them. So we'll get into it. I think you guys probably know what my pick of the week is. I haven't read chat, but I see you guys talking about the Absolute. Oh wow, John. I'm reading yours and like, uh-oh. But you know, everyone has their own tastes, so here we go. Well, Nate's not here, so we can't talk about the Deviant, but I'm sure he liked it. Power Fantasy. Man, this book is deep. If you're not, this is not one to jump on in the middle of the run. You definitely have to read it from the beginning. If you're not already reading it, I think just wait for the trade to come out. But man, I think it's worth it. The story we're telling, the impending doom. This issue was fun. You know, we got a little bit more history lesson of our atomics and their relationship, how they've evolved and devolved. And I don't know, man. I really enjoy it. I really can't explain to you what happened in the book. We just got more history, more backstory to our atomics and how they've had to push through living on Earth and having to deal with humans who don't quite understand what they are, and just some crazy shit. Yeah, Joe, let us know how Deviant was, because Nate's not here. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm really liking it. I can't wait to see where Kieran Gillen's gonna take it. I think he's gonna. I mean, he's cooking right now. I absolutely enjoy it. It's a slow burn. It's very Tarantino in the sense that, you know, we're moving all over the place, right? We're moving through timelines. We're moving through the time, all that stuff. But it is what it is. I like it a lot. John, Deviant was great. By the way, I picked up Power Fantasy, but haven't read it. Love the book so far. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I think I'll probably pick it up in a collected edition once it's over, just so I can reread it and like not take my time, but like reread it and just read it in succinct flow rather than like every month. I don't think it's an ongoing. I think it's a 12-issue series, 12-issue mini. I could be wrong. But I think it's 12. I don't think it's an ongoing. Deviant was a double issue and was extremely well written. I mean, it's Tinian, man. You can't go wrong with that, right? I'm sure it would have been Nate's pick of the week. So, all right, keep moving. Sacrificers again. That's a Nate book, and he's not here to do it, so I'm sure it was good too. All right, Absolute Batman. I saw John. I think you said something about. Let's see, where are we at here? I'm gonna jump back into the chat because you guys were talking about absolutes. So let's see here. I'm disappointed in Absolute Flash to the point that I'm only sticking in the 3 main absolute titles. What was the disconnect for you? Though I did pick up the 3 DC books this week, which is some kind of record for me. I really like Zatanna, but haven't read it yet. The time jump without getting into the character enough to care really bothered me. I got both Absolute books the week for DC. Haven't read Absolute Batman 6 yet. I want to read more DC physically, but I got the DC app and I get new releases a month after it's out, so it's way cheaper. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Lemire's a great storyteller, but I get impatient with the way he takes on established characters. Okay, I got Marvel Unlimited. Got it. Yeah, I heard a lot about the jumping back and forth. Seems like a rushed introduction to get to the main story. I think this art is the best of all Absolute book so far, maybe because it's clean. Yeah, we'll get into Flash. Art felt a bit generic to me, with way too much red. I prefer AWW and ASM art myself. Man, Clash, crap. Oh yeah. Add Marvel guy. I want to read the physicals, but excuse me. Excuse me again. Physical, but the pool crap like X-Men Hunt, Cash Grab. Well, I'll get into X-Men Hunt too. That's the last book we're talking about. Okay. I'm still on Absolute Batman. I haven't read it yet. Okay, Absolute Batman 6. This is probably the heaviest issue. I will say that. It's the most gruesome issue. And I think it's the most impactful issue. I like the artwork. I know he's disproportionate and he looks crazy. Thank you, John. But this was almost my pick of the week. And the reason why it was almost my pick of the week is, again, we're doing such, I believe, different things when it comes to these established characters. Even though I think Batman and Superman are probably the closest to their origin, obviously. But I enjoy it. And I thought issue 6 was fantastic. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very gruesome, very brutal, and multiple oh shit moments. I'm not going to give it away, obviously. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm just digging Absolute right now. I'm digging all of it. And John, I know you're not digging Absolute Flash, and that's cool. It's my pick of the week. But I'll tell you why here in a minute. But as my perspective on DC right now, and I'm not a DC head, clearly. I got more Marvel than I do have DC. And that's not to say I don't like DC, but DC for me is just a little bit more of a challenge to read because I'm just not into the characters as much. But the Absolute runs, in my opinion, are so much more like a breath of fresh air for me because I don't have to. And the same can be said to Marvel, what I'm about to say, and it is. But with DC, I'm just so far behind in the lore that when an event happens or something within the continuity happens and you're like, remember that? I'm like, no, I don't, because I'm not a big avid DC reader. So it's a disadvantage for me. And I have to take that into account when I do these reviews because I can't be like, DC sucks. No, they don't. I'm just not as versed in DC as I am in Marvel. And you guys knew that. But with Absolute, it just feels like I'm jumping in and I feel like I'm part of it. I feel like I'm in it. I don't feel like if there's not a reference to something like, oh, you need to go read this now. Like, you know how Batman's jumping into Hush and everyone's like, oh my God, and they're losing their shit on Hush. I've never read Hush. And I could, but I got so much other stuff to read, and that's just a personal preference. So for me, I'm more in it. Joe, you've seen what Absolute Bane looks like? Geez, the body is so big, but the peanut head. I haven't. Did they release what he looks like? I know he's not in the issue, right? Like they say get Bane at the end, but Batman Bane. Wonder what Joker's gonna look like. I don't know. That's pretty dope. I like that the Venom that's coursing like they're like fucking huge. They're like water hoses rather than just like little hoses. Like they're big. I like that. I don't know. That's what I like about the Absolute too, though. I think that's. I don't know. I think it. In my opinion, that's what I like about Absolute Batman is that it's just kind of off the wall. I know that a lot of people aren't about it, but I don't know. I like it. Absolute Batman is McFarlane figure. Maybe Bane is too. Yeah. Absolute Martian Manhunter comes out next week. That art looks crazy. Not sure if it's a good, crazy, or bad. I think, again, it's an opportunity to do whatever the hell you want, right? And I think I would applaud DC even more if they just made this the continuity. I know they can't. They just can't let it go. They can't pull another New 52. But I would be so more enthusiastic for DC if they were like, nope, the Absolute timeline is the main continuity line. Because it's just fun. It's fun. The other Batman stuff, all the other DC stuff, not to say that there aren't books here and there that are good. I love Birds of Prey. I'm loving New Gods. It's just, I just think the Absolute is just so much more fun. And maybe it's because it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it does in some sense, but maybe that's why it's so much fun because it doesn't matter. Like it's not messing with the with the main content. I don't know. The artist of Martian Manhunter did the last run on Zatanna. The art will surprise you if the artist gets unleashed. He gets crazy. I'm so ready for it. I'm ready for it. I can't wait to read it next week. All right, Absolute Flash. I see some of you guys not liking it, or just they're not necessarily not liking it, disappointed. Here's my take. It's my pick of the week, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button. And you can't hear it because I had, again, technical issues. But this is my pick of the week. Man, I am just with the screen not working. I'm gonna make it work. No, we're do it again. Do it live. Here we go. Now that should have fixed it. So this is my pick of the week.
That's Jim's pick of the week.
I liked it. I thought it was great. It felt like a Jeff Lemire book. I understand people getting confused with the time jumps. I felt like I could follow it, me personally. And I'm still even my camera is jacked. I felt like I could follow it. I personally felt like I could follow it. It felt like a DC indie, in my opinion. And I don't say that because I don't have a base knowledge or a well-defined base knowledge of the characters, of Wally and all that. I don't say it because of that. I just felt like it felt like an indie to me. I like that it didn't go full superhero right at the beginning of the beginning of the book. We had Wally in distress. He doesn't know what the hell's going on to him. And then we get the backstory in a Tarantino-esque way. And I liked that. I thought the artwork, for me personally, I really liked. I liked the usage of the red and yellow time jump. I think it speaks to the character for me. I don't know. I thought it was fresh. I thought it was really fresh. And the reason why I thought it was fresh is because we didn't get straight into superhero antics. And I think that's really easy to do with the Flash. You know what I mean? I think out of all the characters, that's probably the easiest thing to do with the Flash because, he's the Flash. And so I was expecting like an immediate jump into the hero antics, and we didn't get that. We got Wally West in distress, not understanding what's happening to him, and yeah, no, the Barry Allen thing, that was crazy too. I don't feel like he's dead. I mean, who do we think is at the who do we think comes out of the ashes at the end of the book? Let me know, chat, because I'm assuming that's Barry Allen as Reverse Flash. You tell me if I'm wrong, because again, I'm not a well-versed Flash guy, so I have no idea. But I think Barry will be back. I think he's going to be a villain. But I liked it. I was in favor of it. I thought the artwork was really good. It's going to suck when we change an artist and it's not going to be as consistent because we know it's going to happen. But I liked Jeff Lemire's art, his writing. I thought I was intrigued by the story, and I think that says a lot because I am not a huge DC fan. So these Absolute books are giving me the opportunity to like get excited about something for DC. So anyway, I liked it. I thought it was a really good book. I had a lot of fun with it. My dad picked it up. He liked it. I truly felt like it read like a independent rather than an established DC book. So let's see here. That's what disconnected me with the wacky art. It's like you want me to take you seriously, but then you do wild crap with its art. It keeps pulling me out. Hey, Absolute Flash is not my thing, but I'm glad you guys really liked it. Hell yeah, John. I do feel for Barry Allen fans. They have 0 Barry Allen Flash books out. If they did that to my Hulk, then I would freak out. Justice for Barry Allen. I think Barry Allen with a Reverse Flash, his lightning bolt was reversed as well. Okay. Still sucks. Barry Allen is the most popular Flash. They are treating him like a scrub. Yeah, I think for me, because I'm not a huge Wally fan. Like I like Barry Allen too. Like that's who I know who is Flash, right? So when it happened, I was like, oh shit, they're just off in Barry like immediately. But if there's anybody that's going to do something crazy, it's going to be Jeff Lemire. So we'll see what happens with Barry. But I enjoyed it. I thought the artwork was great. I thought the coloring was great. I thought the writing was great. It was an absolute book for me. It was an absolute book, and I enjoyed it. So, that's just me. I liked it, but not everybody's gonna like it, and that's okay. All right, moving on to New Gods. This book, again, I can't fully describe or review what's going on in this book, except it's epic. Ram V is tapping fully into his Jack Kirby. He's doing it. He's doing his thing. And we've got two different stories going on where the New Genesis is being attacked by these alien races, and that's a storyline. And then the other storyline, you've got Mr. Fantastic, right? No, not Mr. Fantastic. What's his name? Mr. Miracle. And Big Barda trying to save this child who's a new god from Icarus, who's been told he needs to kill him by the main new god guy. And he shows up, and it just gets wild. Dude, and the artwork in this book, fantastic. This is definitely a runner-up to pick of the week for me. And again, I think it's another one of these books that, like, if you haven't picked it up from number one, you're not gonna know what the hell's going on. Like, Ram V is unapologetic in his storytelling. Again, I don't know half of these characters, if not more, but he's doing such a good job with the story that I feel like you don't have to. And maybe that's coming from somebody like I'm sure there are people that are reading this book that are like super into New Gods, and they're like, holy shit, Ram V is cooking all these characters, all this continuity, and it's probably flying right over my head, and I'm still enjoying the book. So sorry. I most definitely sound uneducated when it comes to this book and its lore, but I am having a great time with it. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon on my pool. It's fantastic. I believe Barry isn't a speedster in this main DC speedster in this main DC timeline. I'm treating this like an indie, and it helps a lot. Yeah, hopefully you're talking about New Gods, or maybe if you're talking about Absolute Fashion New Gods, I totally agree. Both these books feel like indies, and it's great. All right, jumping over to Marvel. Oh, John coming in with a super chat. I don't have a top 3 this week, as I am behind, but I have led purchasing ASM 191, First Black Cat, for a decent price. Wish me luck. Ooh, here we go. Kill it, dude. You got it, bro. You got this. Bid with confidence. Okay? You know you can. Ram V is a great writer for his audience. If you're not, then it's overly written with I am smart style to it. Nah, I agree with that. And I couldn't, when he was doing Batman, couldn't do it. When he was doing Detective Comics, I couldn't do it. It was way over. Like, I was like, nope, I'm out. But with New Gods, I'm in. As for Avengers, we're wrapping up this thing with Kang, kind of leaving it somewhere. Essentially, there was a bet going on with the Grandmaster and this wizard dude, and essentially we started where we began, and nothing was really accomplished. And then we end the book essentially back at, and there's an event going on in Marvel, so Doom is taking over the world. Let's go take care of it. And like, if you read the Doom book right now, they're already taking care of it. So like, you've got this situation where this book is, the characters in this book are being utilized in the event, and because of releases, like the storyline doesn't match. That's just comics. I liked it overall, but again, we didn't really solve anything with this little arc with Kang being up in space trying to get this moment with Black Cat. We did get an endearing moment with Black Cat and her father back in time that he'll never remember. That was cool. Yeah, no, John, it was definitely filler. Like, this was all filler, and it almost feels like this book has been more filler than main story. We had a main arc story that we really enjoyed at the beginning, and then it kind of just went flat because it was jumping in and out. It's jumping in and out of all these events in Marvel, and I think that's a byproduct of Avengers just being the Avengers, and these characters are all over the Marvel universe. So I'm ready. I'm not saying I'm dropping it. I'm not saying McKay's not cooking. I believe he is, but it's time for this book to kind of get back on its own 2 feet and like say fuck off to the rest of the Marvel universe and when it comes to like what they're doing. Let it do it. Let it do its own thing. Let it cook. Let it just do its own thing. So, yep, filler for sure. Filler stamp. Oh, bro, Absolute Cable, or no, I'm sorry, Absolute Cable. Cable, Love, and Chrome. David Pepos, you're so badass. This was fun. Really diving into into Cable and his just past, and him dealing with time travel, and him always having a disconnect when it comes to relationships. And then his relationship with the techno-organic virus. And I don't know, man. This is going to be great. This is another issue. This is another book that I'm going to pick up the collected edition, hopefully in a hardcover. Probably it won't be, but if it is, great. David Pepos is cooking. Give him more Marvel books. Give him more books. Give him more established books. I know he's doing Captain Planet here soon, but I enjoyed it. If you haven't picked up Cable, Love, and Chrome, I would highly recommend it. It's super fun. I'm having a great time with it. I think David is just on point when it comes to Cable here. Post Bloodhunt Avengers has been a bit unfocused, and they need to figure out consistency with Iron Man is between all this. Yeah, dude, that's the other problem. Is like he's wearing like 15 different costumes in his book, this book, and the other book. Like it's all over the place. One World Under Doom, really enjoyed it. I think this is the strongest issue out of the first two. First issue was great, but this issue I felt like was really good. I liked the conversation between Doom and Valeria. And you, like, as a reader, you're almost like, well, maybe I do like Doom, right? I think North is doing a great job of making people second guess, well, maybe a Doom world or a Doom ruled world is not a bad thing. He's doing a great job of it. Obviously, you know, the big reveal at the end, the big spoiler, it's crazy. So the question will be, how is Marvel going to retcon what happened at the end? How will it get reversed? Right? Again, I'm not spoiling. I'll have to wait and see. But it was good. It was definitely for some reason when I saw the cover, I thought they were killing off Ben. Clearly they're not. Kind of. But again, it's just like, okay, so how are they going to reverse it? How are they going to reverse it? Because you know they're going to. John coming in saying, I'd love to see what Pepos could do with Doctor Strange. Dude, stop. Oh, that would be so good. David Pepos, Doctor Strange, art by Daniel Warren Johnson. Go. Anyway, this was really good. This has got me a little bit more, not that I wasn't unhopeful for the event, but this has got me more hopeful for it. I'm not reading any of the tie-ins that aren't in my main books. Just can't do it. But this was really good. And then RB Silva on the artwork, give me a break. Like, dude is masterful. So good. All right, Psylocke, quick and easy. Alyssa Wong, killing it. This is the strongest X book that's not in the main titles, in my opinion, because we're getting a deep dive into Psylocke, which I'm sure we've gotten multiple times throughout Psylocke books being written. And there was a Psylocke book in the Krakoan era, and it was okay. It was good. It wasn't bad. It was all right. This is fucking good. I think she's got Psylocke's voice spot on. The artwork, fantastic. And yeah, like, I know, and I've given other X books a chance, and this one to me is the strongest outside of Uncanny and X-Men. It just is. I like diving deeper into Quinon's trauma, and we're really going to dive into it in the next arc. I think she did a great job in this book. It was I got to get Alyssa Wong on Secret Origin after I finally finish Catherine Blair's interview. I haven't even touched it for like a month and a half. So I need to finish that, and then I need to reach out to Alyssa Wong and get her on the show, because I want to talk to her about everything that she's written, including Captain Marvel. but this has been fantastic. This and Deadpool have been just so good. John coming in, Psylocke is fantastic, but I like the Storm book a bit better. Okay, sorry, I forgot about that. I think they're on par. Though I will say Iodale is doing such an amazing job with Storm. They need to leave him alone. Marvel needs to leave him alone, get out of the events, and let him just do his own thing like everything else. Because the X-Men hunt and the Doom, well, the Doom is okay. The Doom, One World Under Doom tie-in was good, but the X-Men hunt was just atrocious. That thing, we'll talk about it. We'll get there. Ultimate Black Panther, holy shit. This book still is surprising me, and we're 14 issues in. This embodiment of dark vibranium possessing people now and going after people. It's just crazy. It's crazy. John says magic is good too. Oh yeah. I can't recommend this book enough. It is, all the Ultimate books are strong. They're all strong. This one's strong too. This is great. I'm invested. I'm in it, dude. I can't say much more about it except for like the take on it is so cool. This idea that vibranium is possessed by this past spirit, and he is brutal. He is a brutal character. To see what he's going to do with some other humans, it's going to get pretty scary. I'm enjoying it. So you guys hear it from me every week. Like, Ultimate Black Panther has been so good. So can't wait to read more about it. As for Ultimate X-Men 13, we've been slowly ramping up to this formation of these X-Men in Japan, and we are on the cusp. We're kind of getting we do get an unofficial grouping here, with Cyclops, Quinnon, Storm, and someone else, Jubilee, I believe. And then Armor's possessed by the Shadow King. It got wicked. This book was also very good. The action was really good. I think Peach she's just doing a fantastic job, and we got a lot of action, a little bit more backstory here. I really enjoyed it. Little Ultimate X-Men 2024 issue 13 proves that this book is the most underrated gen that Peach Momoko is building up. I think she's cooking, man. Like, the group in this, when they were fighting, was so kick-ass. I really like the take of Cyclops in this book. I can't remember her name in the book, but the fact that she just has the one eye that shoots the laser, so rad. Just with the covers again, hell yeah, John. This in a collected edition is going to be so much fun. And again, I can't wait for Peach's characters to jump into Camp's Ultimate or whatever they're going to do. You know, I can't wait for it. Or vice versa, those characters to jump into Peach starts running the other Ultimate characters. I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be so badass. But again, this isn't for everybody. Like, some people detest this book. They don't like Peach's take on it, and that's okay. You're wrong. You're wrong. But it's good. I like I said, this week was just strong, man. It was strong. In Ultimate X-Men was no exception. It was just on point. The artwork was fantastic. The mystery, the hook at the end, hell yeah. I can't wait to see where it goes. Peach is cooking. She's been cooking. Masterful. Let me talk about one other book. Let's see. So I did pick up X-Force, which was the last book in the Manhunt event until we get the Omega next week. And I have some thoughts. And we'll talk about it more, obviously, as we get to the Omega next week. Let me just get it over here so we can put it in there and put it on the screen, because I didn't put it in New Comic Book Day. And that's my bad, but I tussled with it, and then I ended up picking it up when I got to the shop at Hall of Justice. But it's at the 2. There it is. So, X-Force, issue number 9. I have not been reading X-Force since the second issue. I dropped it. And so, this quite literally has an X-Men hunt injected into it. From my understanding, the other book that was also X-Men Hunt was Exceptional X-Men, and apparently it had nothing to do with the event, so I'm really glad I didn't pick it up. Little says, I started collecting single covers just because UXM is so good. Hell yeah. As for this, was TVA this week? It was. I just haven't read the previous issue because the last issue came in late, so I need to ramp up to it. I know it's badass. I just need to read it, so I haven't read it yet. I'm behind 2 issues, so I got to get onto that. As for X-Force, or as for X-Men Hunt, and we'll get more into it when the Omega drops next week. This to me was the most complete out of Uncanny and X-Men when it came to this event. And what was really odd and really funny about this was that there was something going on in X-Force that probably had 6 total pages in the entirety of this book, and I could have given 2 shits about it. I'm not reading X-Force, so whatever was going on in X-Force, I don't know what's going on there, nor did I care. When those pages came up, I just completely skipped them. But as for Xavier in this, he gets to his end goal. You know, he was able to escape, right? And he went cuckoo. Then he got his last Cerebro, great. Then he found the egg, great. Then he got kidnapped, great. Now he's here and he actually puts all of it together, right? Because the whole reason of this entirety of this event is that his daughter has been subjugated to a coup, and we don't know if she's alive or not. I think she is, but Xavier needs to go save his daughter. So before he can do that, what does he do? He does this whole thing where he's trying to put something together, and we find out that the whole thing was to resurrect his wife, his Shi'ar wife, and he does it in this book. He uses the last Krakoan egg. He uses the last Cerebro. Bang, bang, boom, boom, bang. There we go. We have his wife is resurrected, and I'm assuming in the Omega we are off to Shi'ar space to save his daughter. That was cool. It was cool. This whole gimmick of interjecting this event into X-Men books was like everybody's been saying, it's cash grab. It's total bullshit. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It felt forced, and I think the event itself would have been so much more impactful if we had just released a 4-issue mini on X-Men Hunt. I think it would have been so much better. So that's all I'm going to say about it until we get the Omega to see how it ends. But as for the gimmick of putting this book into different X-Men books so that you have to go pick them all up so that you can get the complete story, it's such bullshit. It's total bullshit. I don't like it, and it's frustrating because I am actually liking the story that X-Men Hunt is portraying. So we'll see how the Omega ends, and then I'll really get into it. But I was just not, this whole idea of, I just don't like it, and it was on full display here. Where like I was so intrigued with the X-Men Hunt event, but when it came to X-Force, I'm not reading it. So same thing with what was the other book? Not X-Force, but the other X-Men book where they're government agents. I don't remember the one with Angel. Again, I wasn't reading it, so I didn't follow anything. I was only following the X-Men thing. So yay, I got less comic for the amount of money I paid for. X-Men is one of the reasons I have Marvel Unlimited. Right? Yeah, I should probably just do that. Those Not Afraid, Carl Starks was great this week. I almost forgot to mention it. Okay, cool. So we'll talk more about X-Men Hunt once the Omega comes out next week. We got a really good line of comics next week. I got to catch up on Department of Truth. I'm behind 2 issues, and that drops. Oops. Excuse me. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully Nate will be here next week again. He's just under the weather, so keep an eye out for that. I'll probably record New Comic Book Day tomorrow night. I will tomorrow night, whether he's here or not, and we'll go from there. But I appreciate everybody that was here tonight watching live. I appreciate everybody that watches this as a past episode. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I don't know what was going on. My screen was just not cooperating. I don't know if I had to just switch out some DPS cables or what, but everything works, and I appreciate you. John, thank you so much. Little, Joe, Patty, thank you so much, guys. Am I missing anybody? Lord, thank you so much. Everybody that was in the chat, thank you for being here and chilling. Everybody that's watching, thank you. And we'll catch you guys next week. New Comic Book Day, New Comic Day short, live show. And then maybe Secret Origins, if I can just get my ass down and actually edit it at night after work. We'll see. I got to get back to it because that interview is really good with Catherine Blair. Like she's so awesome, and I am doing a disservice to her to not get that out to you guys because she did such a great job. She's such a good interview. So I will work on that. I promise. I will get to it at some point. Maybe I'll do it after this. No, I'm going to bed. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you next time. As always, comic fan, be kind to one another and read more comics. Catch you guys later. Bye. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, John.